Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday morning, May 31st, 2023. This is in real time, not old videos going up. So I want to tell you what has happened over the last week before I forget, because I think this is something of great importance for me as I go forward in some of the stuff that I will be teaching. Those of you who watch me on a regular basis know that I am going to be moving. My drop dead lease ends on August 14th. So I have 2.5 months to find a new place. I hadn't been too concerned about it for a while because I had plenty of time. And for whatever reason, last week I was like, okay, I need to start getting serious about this. I feel like my camera's crooked. And it has to do with this stand. Sorry, guys. So, anyway, a week ago, I was like, I got to get serious about this. I need to start meditating. I need to start manifesting a new place to live. And so, on Wednesday, I decided I'm going to meditate after work. I'm going to start really putting some time and effort into finding the perfect location and da-da-da-da-da. So last Wednesday, after work, I sat down to meditate to really kind of get into the groove of what I needed to do. And in pops this word that was the name of a community that wasn't even on my radar. And I was like, I almost stopped in the middle of the meditation to look it up, but I was like, nope, I'm going to keep going. Interestingly enough, this particular location has a new name now. That was one of the reasons that it had not been coming up on my list, on my apartment list, because they changed the name on it. But the model home or the clubhouse is on the street name of the name that popped into my head while I was meditating. So I figured out what had happened. I was like, oh, that's right. They did change the name of that. And it's over on a side of town that I don't go to very often because I live literally 5 minutes north of where I work. So I am 5 minutes back and forth. And this is kind of the opposite direction, and I don't head that way very often. But when Source or your guides give you information through a meditation, I think you need to take that seriously. The unfortunate thing for most people is they don't meditate, so they are not getting that fabulous, meaty information because they don't even give it a try. So that just annoys the shit out of me, to be honest. I have had very good luck meditating and getting information in, so maybe I need to start figuring out how I can teach this because it is very, very, very important. Anyway, so the very next day, so that all happened on a Wednesday. The information came in through a meditation. The next day, I scheduled what is called like a self-tour. You can get a code for the door, and I went and did a little viewing of this particular property. And this was what I found super interesting. And this is why it's really important to pay attention to what your body tells you. So much information comes flooding in, and people ignore it. So I went and I looked at this property, I looked at the inside, I drove around the outside a little bit, and when I left there, I felt nothing. Zero. And that was so weird for me because I am very used to working with my feelings. How does my body feel? How did that feel in my gut? How did that feel in my heart? How did that feel? And when I left there, it was like they had turned my radar off. They, the guides, the source, whoever you want to call it. It was like they had turned off my intuition. And I was like, what the hell? I use that for everything. And so I just was like numb, completely numb. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. And I was like, okay, this is really strange. Why did they send me over there if I don't have any feeling about it? I mean, I kind of felt like a robot. It was just like off. So I came home. I had another place that had started texting me because I started like checking into different places, pricing and different stuff. And God, I got a frog. This is bugging the shit out of me. Sorry, guys. This other place kept texting me, and I was like, leave me alone. I've already decided I don't want to be there. It's too cramped. And I realized Wednesday night after I got home, I didn't get any follow-up messages from the place that I had just visited. The little self-tour, I call it a show and tell. I didn't get any follow-up messages, and that bugged me. And I was like, so I really did want to hear from them. So intuition was coming at me a different way. I was not happy or sad that they hadn't followed up on me. So apparently that told me right there, I actually did like it better than I thought I did. I had to pay attention to that as well. So Saturday morning, we just had the Memorial Day weekend. It was a 3-day weekend. Saturday, I walked over to the grocery store where I live now. And on the way back from that, it's like 7 o'clock. I mean, I was up at 4, I think, on Saturday morning. It was early. I walked to the grocery store. Walking home, I was like, you know what? It's like 50 degrees out. It was gorgeous weather. I'm going to go over to this new neighborhood that is on the radar all of a sudden that came in the meditation. I'm going to go walk over there because I like to walk a lot, especially early in the morning. And there was another neighborhood I wanted to drive through while I was out running around this weekend. And so I drove through that other neighborhood. It was all cramped. I have a big truck. It's hard to park. Sometimes it takes me 3 times to get into a parking space because it just doesn't corner well. Ruled that place out. Go over, walking around the new place. This other place that is on the radar all of a sudden is freaking huge. I think there's like 540 units. It is older. The apartments are spread out. They have big trees. It is truly unlike any other property in Carmel, because in Carmel, everything is packed in. A lot of the newer stuff, they got a bunch of fancy schmancy people that live in Carmel. They are looking for the upgrades. A lot of yuppies. I don't even know if they use that word yuppies anymore, but a lot of yuppies live in Carmel. And so they want to have the best, and they drive the fancy cars and everything. Not here, not me. But anyway, so I went over and walked, and I was kind of hoping I might run into some people out and about and I could ask them what they thought about living there, but I didn't end up seeing really anybody that I could talk to. So that second trip over there, I was kind of like, this place is growing on me. If I look at the list that I wrote up 6 months ago when I found out I was going to have to move, there were certain things that I had put on my list that I was going to look out for, because this last place, I got burned on some stuff. I moved in here really fast. I live right on top of the trash dumpster. It looks like crap all the time, except for one day a week when they come and pull out the old one and put in the new one. The rest of the time, this neighborhood I live in now is really super unimpressive. It wasn't that bad when I moved in 5 years ago, but it has gotten worse and trashy, kind of, just literally from trash. So the other place is older, better insulation. It's bigger. The one place I looked at has a 1 bedroom and a den and 2 closets, even though it's not like a 2-bedroom. So this new place is like what's on my list. And I had to come back and look at that. And I'm like, yeah, almost everything that is on my list, except for a garage, almost everything that is on my list of what I'm looking for this new place is in this place I walked in on Saturday morning. So Sunday, I did a live on Sunday. You guys probably already saw that. I had an appointment with one of my subscribers at 11. And after that, because I was dressed and ready, I'm like, I'm going to run over there. I knew they were open on Sunday. I'd already been told my little Connor guy was going to be there. And so I walked in and when I got there, I was the only one there. And I was like, "Are you Connor?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I said, "So I came and did the self-tour last week. I'm here to get more information. This place might be on my radar." So we're sitting there, and he goes, "So how did you hear about us?" And I sit there, and I kind of hung my head for a second, because I'm like, shit, do I tell him how I really found out about this? That I got it in a meditation? You guys will understand that. The rest of the world doesn't really get that. 9 out of 10 people don't meditate. 9 out of 10 people have never gotten any information through a meditation. So I sat there, and I'm kind of like, trying to think, do I want to really tell him? And I'm like, well, I was meditating, and the word came in, and I hadn't even had that on my radar. But you know, when that comes into a meditation, you have to take it seriously. And so then we got to talking, and you know, of course, my woo-woo started coming out. So anyway, we went and looked at another place, another apartment. Didn't like the floor plan as well, and no bigger trees around or anything like that, and it was one of the smaller floor plans. And so we're standing in the kitchen talking, and he used my name a lot. Jody. You know, I'm laughing. That's a sales tactic, of course. And I'm standing there, and he goes, "Jody, I think the stars might align." And I'm kind of laughing inside, because I'm like going, is he really like talking to me like this because he believes this, or is he talking to me like this because he thinks I believe this? He's like, "I think the stars might be aligning. I think I might have an apartment like you're looking for that's going to be upgraded, available on August 4th, you know." And I'm like, okay, well, I'd be interested in seeing more. So I am actually going over there tonight I think he's got another place to show me. I need to figure out what's involved with the application. So at the moment, I haven't signed anything. It's not a done deal yet. But again, when something like that comes into a meditation, I feel like I should not question that. I mean, I just need to like go with that. They provided almost the perfect place for me. A little farther away from work than I wanted, but you know, it'll get me out of my comfort zone, because I've been a little too comfortable lately. So I'm going over there tonight, check more things out, get a few more steps in place, which reminds me, when I'm at the new place, I'm going to have to get outside internet. And so when Phil did his little live a couple of nights ago and was talking about the Q streaming, I misunderstood, and I was thinking that that was going to provide internet. It is not. I'm still going to have to get that. But this is the weird thing, and so this is where I need your help. When I did a search, because I did sign up for it, but I wanted to share my referral link, and I signed up for it wrong, because their system got overloaded with all of the people that were going to sign up for that. Phil stuck another link out on Telegram, but there's 2 ways to join. One where you can join and get referrals from people, and one where you can join and you're just a subscriber. Well, I do want to use the referral, because this place looks like it's in Carmel, like 5 minutes from where I live. And I'm like, so this is what I need to know from you guys. If you guys do Q streaming and go to their website and you like hit contact us, what address shows up? Is it like Monon Green, Carmel, Indiana? Or do you get a different address? That's what I'm trying to figure out, is Carmel the hub for this particular Q streaming? Or if you go to if you live in California and you live in Santa Barbara, is there a hub for Q streaming that comes out of like Santa Barbara? Same thing with New England or whatever. So I'm trying to figure out if everything comes out of Carmel, Indiana, or if it's in different locations. That would be interesting to know. But I definitely feel like, I mean, you know, I don't watch that much cable, to be honest. I don't watch any cable, and I don't even watch regular TV because I watch everything on YouTube. I watch my Rumble. I have Netflix and Amazon Prime and Peacock. I've got like different streaming channels, but I still have to have internet to watch those. So anyway, I am curious about that because I do think that is a pretty good price for the normal people that watch TV all the time and watch the sports and all of that stuff, which I do not do. But I know, my God, people pay $200 or $300 for a cable bill these days. That's just ungodly ridiculous. So anyway, I am curious about that. And let me think, is there anything else that's going on? Oh, one last thing. I am still uploading old videos from YouTube over to Rumble. I am still uploading a few what I would call timeless videos up to YouTube. I have one person that it really annoys that I don't put the new date on it, but this is what I'm thinking. I feel that if I put that this came from October 31st, 2022, nobody's going to watch it. And if I change the date on that and say this came from then I'm people pleasing. I'm trying to get out of the people pleasing business and make the Jody happy. So if I don't change the date, don't take it personally, because I'm still a little torn about the reasons why I'm doing that. And sometimes old videos have just as much effect as it did then as it does now, because it has nothing to do with the time that it came out. You're just caught up on the date, and you shouldn't be. So still running around in my mind about how I want to handle that. But hopefully, I don't know, I probably have another week's worth of stuff that I need to work on and get moved over. Like I said, I had 800 and something videos that I did over the last 5 years. Some of them are good. I mean, they came from my guides, my higher self, information that just kind of blurts out of my mouth that has no thought from me. It just came out. So anyway, I think that's it. As I progress with this move and kind of get things figured out, and I boxed up a bunch of stuff over the weekend, I will keep you posted. When I feel comfortable, I might do a walk around the neighborhood because it is really pretty. And I'm kind of hoping that I might be able to do some grounding over there as well, because right now I see a lot of clover on the grass. Like, they don't spray a lot of chemicals on the grass over there. And again, it is huge. My God, it would take a lot of chemicals to spray the grounds and keep the weeds out. So maybe they don't do that like they do in a lot of neighborhoods where the pristine grass needs to be. I would love to be able to walk out and, walk around in the yard in the back or whatever, and walk around in the grass and do some grounding. That would be great. And not worry about getting chemicals all over my feet and soaking into my body. That's probably one of the reasons so many pets are sick all the time, is because they walk around on those chemicals and then they come back in the house and lick their paws. I mean, think about that, guys. That's not good for animals. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm going to get off of here. Today is the last day of the month, and it's going to be busy. We have an extra person coming into the office today from HR to do some stuff. So it's going to be a busy day, and then I'm going to go meet Connor again tonight. So hopefully, as things progress, I will keep you updated on the move, so you don't get a blast and then not hear what's going on. So anyway, meditate, manifest. It works. Talk to you later. Bye.